Every breakthrough creates a strange little tragedy. First, someone changes history, and then someone else does almost exactly the same thing. Sadly, almost nobody remembers the second person. But first, a story. In 1954, Roger Bannister became the first human being to run a mile in under 4 minutes. It changed sports forever because people believed the human body simply couldn't do it. Coaches said it was impossible. Doctors warned it was dangerous. Athletes chased it for years only to fail. And then Bannister did it. When he did, someone crossed the finish line right behind him. But you don't know who they were, do you? The runner was John Landy. You don't know his name because history compressed all the nuance into a single headline. Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile. History repeated itself at this year's Berlin Marathon. For years, the 2-hour marathon stood as one of the last impossible barriers in endurance sports. Plenty of runners came close, but none broke through under official race conditions. Until this year, when 2 men did it. The winner crossed first, and the second-place finisher crossed shortly afterward. Both accomplished something no human being had officially done before. But history doesn't archive moments evenly. It tends to remember the person standing on the highest step of the podium while everyone else fades slowly into the footnotes. That's fascinating because the actual difference between first and second is often microscopic, millisections or fractions of inches. And yet the difference in memory, fame, endorsement deals, speaking opportunities, and cultural permanence is enormous. Why? Because human beings don't remember data. We remember stories, and stories need protagonists. That's true in sports, in business, and in branding. Most industries are filled with companies whose products are nearly identical. The differences are often marginal. One airline seat is a hair wider. One consulting firm responds slightly faster. One luxury condominium has a marginally better view. But the market rarely rewards marginal superiority alone. The market rewards the company that successfully owns the story. That's why people remember brands that changed everything, even when dozens of competitors were working on similar ideas at the same time. Mercedes didn't invent the automobile. Apple didn't invent the smartphone. Google didn't invent online search. Uber didn't invent car services. And Tesla didn't invent electric cars. But they all became synonymous with the category because they captured the narrative first and most effectively. Yes, being first matters, but being remembered matters even more. Because value is not created through performance. Value is created through meaning. That's why branding isn't decoration, it's memory architecture. The companies, speakers, leaders, and organizations that win in the long term are the ones that understand how to turn achievement into narrative before someone else does it for them. That may sound unfair, and it probably is, but understanding how human beings assign value has never been about fairness. It's about perception, meaning, story, and emotional ownership. Of course, the finish line matters, but the story people tell afterward matters even more. If your organization is trying to stand out in a crowded market where your competitors seem interchangeable, your challenge may not be improving what you do. Maybe your challenge is helping people understand why your story deserves to be remembered. That's what I help my clients accomplish.